Welcome to another episode of Yemi's House, Berlin. It's nice having you back, ladies and gentlemen. Though there was a break for like a couple of weeks, but it's due to some reasons. So now we're back and we're back fully for you. And like they always say in my language, ọmọ tó bá ní ìyá bàbá òun mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni, ẹnu ẹ̀ ló wà yẹn. It means a child that says his father does not know how to prepare food. Well, let's wait and see. When is that his father's age? Let's see how it turns out for him. So today we shall be discussing something very, very, that cuts across the whole of African continent, and that is accountability. Some days back, I was taking a stroll around my area, and I noticed something very, 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 very peculiar to something that we Africans or most people will not take to cognizance. And I decided that today I will talk about it because I imagine if our African leaders can be so interested in the welfare of even things that they consider as irrelevant, which they've forgotten that in life, here in Europe, for example, there is nothing to waste. It's called recycling. But don't let me talk too much, ladies and gentlemen. Let me play a video of what I consider as a sense of accountability on the side of the Western world. So join me now as I play it. This is a typical street in Germany, here in Berlin. Look at all these trees. Just take a look. Hold on. Look at this. That is the number of this tree. Each tree has a number. Look at the next one. See, that's the number. Here is the number. Look at the next one. The number.
And the next one across is
Look at the next one. The number. Now let me go across to the road. Look at even this small thin one. Has a number. Every tree has a number. Every single one. Every single one. Let me get this one for you. The number should be somewhere around here. Where's the number of this one? Yeah, that is it. That is no, it's there. It can never be removed. See, that's it there. That's the number. So it stays number 10. So see it clearly. It says number 10. Aha. On each tree has a number. Now, the funny thing about it is, you see, it shows, you see, and that number, they have a system that tells them when to come and cut each tree and when to trim each tree. Each street, not only in this street alone. Here is another street. Here is another new street entirely. There's something peculiar. You see the numbers again. Over here, you see this one, the number. Oh, you see? This is what I call accountability. This is what I call for a country, the people, being accountable for everything. Not only are the citizens important to them, everything that makes up their country is important to them. Everywhere you have a tree all over Germany, there's a number. Look at this one too. This is what accountability means. Every single soul, every living thing, both living and non-living here in Germany, is being accounted for. Look at the next one. And here I have a brother who has more experience about this things like this. Hello, brother.
Yeah, hi.
My question is this. These trees, you were telling me the other time that they are quite different from the ones we have in Africa.
Yes.
Yeah. And in which way? And can you please give us more details?
Yes, the people who are taking care of the trees, they are professionals, they are trained. And for every tree, every plant, they have people who specialize in this area. I can show you one tree if it's still there in front.
Okay, let's
where
go
they
there.
where they cut. So you see, when you see the tree, the way it is made is different from the tree which will grow at home. The way you look the inside, they treated it well, that even what they are taking and how they take care of it, the plant themselves, they look very happy. So it is not something like our place, anybody can be a forester or do this or that. No, they are trees. When you cut the tree here, or when they use the tree to do some cardboard or do things like that, furniture, the trees are being from planting.
Look,
they are being treated.
Look, another one. That's the number. Just to let you realize that every tree has a number. So
Yes,
it's been
of course.
accounted for. You
Yes,
can't
of course.
just come and cut a tree over in this country. Before you come and cut a tree, you need the government's approval. There's a special department for each street, for each area. You can't just come from another place, from another office, and say you want to come and deal with something here. See, here is another one.
Even to kill an animal here, you have to get a license. Or to go fishing, you have to get a license to go fishing. You don't just go to the river and fish. No. You have to get a permission. And they will tell you certain things.
Here is the next one with a number. All these, all the next one on this tree, on this side. See, as a number, whole as a number. See, the next one, that's the number. All the trees, it's so incredible. They have numbers. They are numbered, just like human beings, you know. They have their own files, just like human beings have their own files. So this is what it means to be accountable. See.
This is what I mean. This one they cut.
Okay.
They see how the trees, how it look like.
Yeah.
No ants. No ant can buy this tree because it's treated. See how it look like from just nature. And when they want to use it, they will treat it again. That for furnitures, they will treat it in another form. You see how the tree look like. But this is our tree. It's just open. And if you pack them for some time, the moth or the insects start to eat them. See, there is no insect with this tree as it is. Because it has been treated. Watch layer, watch the inside. So this is it. This is what they cut. Now they pack it. And is this one that can use it to produce anything, or in the cheapest way, they will use it to heat the rooms in the time of winter when it's cold. They'll cut it, but it's expensive. They use it to produce a lot of things, as we see fruits like this.
Thank you, brother. I just met this brother on the way. He was going on his own way, and he saw me videoing this thing, and he got interested, and he asked why. So thank you, brother. And all right, welcome back. As you could see yourself, ladies and gentlemen, that is what, to me, I say the government of a nation are being accountable for everything. Now, in a country whereby they know the number of trees that are in their whole country. Now, imagine the lives of human beings, how important it is to them. Look, every citizen of this country has the right to write the office that is in charge and ask for how they spend and how the expenditure of the whole country. And look at me. They will not say because he's not related to any politician or because he doesn't know anybody, and they will not grant that person the request. No, they will. Go to many of their ministers. Look, a typical minister here in Germany takes the normal train that we take, rides a bicycle to his or her place of work. Many times I've sat down with ministers of, as in, I'm not talking about normal, I'm talking about a minister equivalent to the federal minister in my country, Nigeria, for example. They will even talk to you. They will relate with you. You'll be so surprised. I saw Angela Merkel some few meters away. She waved at us. That's how this society looks like. They tell you how everything is being spent. But in Africa, for example, generally, because it's not only in Nigeria. Let's take Cameroon, for example. Paul Biya has been there for, only God knows, more than a decade. And he runs the affairs of the company from France. Is that being accountable? No. Now, the question is this. Before they take this office, they give us this notion, the impression that they are going to be accountable for everything. And accountability means being responsible. And what does responsibility mean? To be able to be answerable for actions decided on behalf of others. You cannot call yourself a responsible houseman right now, and you are not able to provide food for your family. You're not a responsible man. That's how it is if you happen to be the head of state of a country. And you cannot cater for the needs, the basic needs of your citizens. And before you get there, you'll be promising heaven and earth. I always like to use Nigeria as an example because I'm from there. Now, as I'm talking to you, the president of my country is in London. And the Nigerian doctors, medical doctors, they are on strike. How do you want to relate with that? Why won't they call us third world nations? When the president, and it's so disheartening that billions of dollars and billions of nairas and are being, poured into this health sector each year, and we see nothing out of it. Aso Rock, they don't even have ordinary X-ray machine. And let me tell you, within 3 years, almost 7 billion naira was spent on the Aso Rock clinic, and it's not functioning. And now the whole Nigerian medical doctors, public doctors are going on strike. We have an outbreak of COVID-19. Not only that, look at we have outbreak of cholera right now in some parts of Nigeria. And yet doctors are on strike. Imagine a whole minister for labor, Ngige, saying because they've refused to understand with him, that a sense of understanding he cannot comprehend it, and because of that, he's now trying to invoke a kind of section of the Constitution or whatever. Is that what we're talking about? They don't find it difficult to go to America and London to go treat themselves medically. But to take care of the wants in their own country, it's always a problem. Even before they seek appointments. Okay, like for example, the head of state of my country, Buhari, says he has been using same doctors for years, and that means he has been paying in foreign currency for years, and now because he's the head of state, the country has to bear that. Why can't he just build the medical sector of the health sector of our country and everybody will be fine? But no. I mean, does it? I'm sorry to use this word. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't. Or is it in my country right now when they are using almost 70% of the total GDP to service debt? Can you just phantom that? How do you want such a country to survive? It cannot survive. How do you want such a country to move forward? It can never move forward. They are so happy right now that the dollar they've been able to reduce the dollar to 412 naira to $1. Come on, for heaven's sake, you made this dollar like 200 and something. And you've made it to 400 and something and you're happy about it. Is that something to be joyous about? Is that an achievement? No, it's not. And you keep asking yourselves why they call us third world nations. Definitely we behave like one. When at every instance there's anything that happens in African continent, the next people they are running to are the same colonial masters. We say they've told us they've given us our freedom, but they still have us on the leash. And the funny thing is, like, just like dogs, we keep going back because of the bone. Really, that's the way I see it. Because whenever we have crisis, instead of us to try and sort this crisis ourselves, the next thing we are writing petitions and letters to the Western world. They are not going to help us. Instability in Africa is stability for the European world. If we have peace and unity in Africa, the European world will cease to exist. The Western world will cease to exist. I don't mean like physically, I'm trying to say economically, it's going to affect them. And that's why they will never allow this unity to work out. And it's so sad that even our African leaders, they know this. But it's like they don't want to do anything about it. Now, going to those countries, I could remember some years back, China was not a country to be reckoned with. For those people in the 80s, during the Cold Wars, I mean, China was not recognized as a country. Some years back, Indians were coming to Nigeria to work. Now look at Nigeria. We are like the second to the last poorest, almost second to the last worst nation in the world. Come on, look at it. Look at the way our Olympic team were disgraced. And to them, like Germans would say, scheiße egal. So when will our African leaders be accountable? When will they start having this sense of accountability? Being able to take the right decisions? Because they are not taking the right decisions. Is it the right decision to go borrow a loan and use the loan just to secure the airspace, or because you want to silence freedom of speech in a country? I don't know. It's only in Africa whereby you hear that our president will go borrow money and they will use it for irrelevances. Look at the issue of Boko Haram terrorism in Nigeria. Billions, and only God knows. Yet they just got deliveries of some Toscanos aircraft right now. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Now, if you get to Nigeria, nobody is safe again. Virtually everywhere is like, I don't know. You're scared. A friend of mine went to Nigeria, in Akure there, in Ondo State. He was robbed by 7:30 p.m. Robbed in Akure there. Where's that security? There is none. Here in Germany, if you ask a white person about Nigeria, the way they will answer you, they will tell you that they are scared of that country. They are scared because of the things they hear. Now kidnapping it's a good business in Nigeria because it's so funny. I keep saying it. I said it in my past programs. Like now, it's like kidnapping. It's a lucrative business in Nigeria. It's so funny. Kidnappers now even call the victims or parents and say, "Okay, send us money to start to buy food." It has gotten to that extent. So all I'm saying in a nutshell is this: when are we ourselves as Africans have and develop this sense of accountability, of responsibility for ourselves? When are we going to start making the right decisions that's going to affect our generations to come positively? It's a serious issue that one needs to think about it. Because for how long are we going to go on like this? We're in a digital age and it's not getting better. When is it going to be? When will it get better? So, ladies and gentlemen, you see, it's just my own point of view. And like I always tell people, in this life, opinion is like a free market competition, open market competition. You're free to hear your views and your points. And being able to sit down and discuss opinions is what I believe makes is what I call knowledge. So that is just the little thing I have for you, ladies and gentlemen, for today. On our next show, we will be discussing something I have in the cooler, and I bet you will love it and enjoy it. So thanks for watching and staying tuned. And until next time, like I always say, orúkọ mi ni Adéyẹmí, wọn ò dẹ̀ ní fi ẹlòmíì, wọn ò ní fi ṣe mí. Until next time, peace, y'all.